everything about this is just pure joy. These people are so stupid. I've been trying to explain to them how stupid they are for quite some time, but they just keep getting stupider. Check this out from Amuse on X. Gaza, a cabal of pro-Palestinian NGOs bankrolled by a network of radical far-left NGOs, all ultimately tracing their funding to George Soros' Open Society's foundations, orchestrated a reckless stunt sending 100 helpless activists from the US, Canada, and Europe to Egypt to stage a provocative march on Gaza. Spearheaded by the extremist groups Code Pink and Palestinian Youth Movement, these agitators naively believed they could waltz into a volatile region with their performative activism. Instead, they were met with the harsh reality they refused to anticipate. Egyptian authorities and local Islamists, who view their Palestinian cause as synonymous with terrorism, didn't roll out the welcome mat. The activists were brutally attacked, beaten, whipped, stripped of their passports, and forcibly deported in a humiliating rout. This fiasco exposes the delusional arrogance of the Democrats and the Western left, who cling to their fantasy of solidarity while willfully ignoring the stark truth. Islamic values are fundamentally at odds with Western principles, and no amount of Soros-funded grandstanding will bridge that chasm. Okay, so we're going to get more into this. We're going to show you some videos. But I think we've done this enough that you guys get what the map looks like. Can we maybe pull a quick map of the Middle East? I'm going to pull an audible on you guys. But basically, everyone says that Israel is in blockade of Gaza, except Gaza not only was part of Egypt before 1967, but Gaza has a massive border with Egypt. The Egyptians built the giant wall. We've shown you the giant wall. They had a wall that was dozens of feet high, that was concrete and barbed wire and all this crazy stuff. I went to the border with Israel and they had basically a chain link fence, and they seriously regret it. But Egypt does not want anything to do with the Palestinians. They have locked their border down, and these Western dingbats, like these Queers for Palestine and all of these Marxist morons from all of these countries, they went to Egypt thinking that Egypt was just going to let them wander. They were going to land in Cairo, wander casually through Sinai, and show up in Egypt, and they were going to let them do it. Do we have a map? Connor just grabbed a quick map. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So Israel is so big that you can't even fit one letter of it on the map there, right? So that's Israel is the tiny little thing there. You can see how, okay, so now you're zooming in a little bit. Gaza is the tiny, tiny little white strip that you see there. So that's how small we're talking about. Look how huge Iran is, Egypt, Libya, etc. So they thought they were going to land in Egypt, wander through Sinai. Sinai is that big shape thing that's right between Egypt and Israel there. They were going to wander through there and then look at the border between Egypt and Israel, which in essence, there's the Gazan border is right there. Well, the Egyptians were not having it, and Connor, I wish we had thought of this earlier. I would have liked to have put sort of clown or Benny Hill type music to this, but here are a bunch of Egyptians smacking the out of these Western dingbats. Did I just see a sign for a Chili's? Is there a Chili's somewhere in Cairo? Like 5 seconds left in that video. I think I saw a sign for Chili's. Maybe I read it wrong. But anyway, we'll find that after. Let's see. Was there a sign for Chili's? Chili's, let's look. Did I see? I could have sworn I saw. What is that? Chili. Chill. Oh, just chill. Okay, not Chili's. Because you would have been on the Connor loves, you think he loves Chipotle. That's the joke around here. But he really loves Chili's more than anything else. You would have been on the first flight to Cairo to save a Palestinian and have an unlimited salad bar, you freak.